You know, with the rate that Epic Games has been taking care of Fortnite right now, I wouldn't go like too far to say that this could be going down as one of the greatest Fortnite seasons of all time. Today, we are going to be talking about Titan Takedown, which has just been added to Fortnite. Godzilla is actually playable on the map. Players are extremely happy. I'm happy. We're going to talk about all of that today. Take a look at replies myself, the Explore page, as we usually do with these types of news videos now. And of course, we want to get a gauge on how everybody else is feeling about this. Comment down below what you think about it too. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. Let's talk about this. So, I am extremely happy because I know when we first talked about Godzilla actually roaming the island, first of all, I've always wanted something like this. Colombo, but just escalated, right? Like, Colombo was great, and I still miss Colombo. We still should have a Colombo on the map at all times, but Godzilla actually being on the map to actually have, like, a giant, scary Titan is actually legitimately something that I've wanted in Fortnite since I began playing this game. I've always thought it'd be cool. Like, whenever I talked about something like weather, something along the lines of, like, when we finally got Colombo, this is something that I actually really wanted. I love the idea that Godzilla is just roaming around, he can stomp around, and just, you have that, like, fear being struck into your heart once you hear that giant Godzilla, like, the charge up to it, right? And I will say, and it's important to note, I haven't been able to actually play as Godzilla yet. I hope this doesn't end up being a Dr. Doom situation because, and this is why I really enjoyed it, that the spawn rate right now is, I can't remember if it's 20% or 25% regardless, it's around there. Dr. Doom was at 5%. I tried so hard to be in a game with Dr. Doom. I never got it at all. I wasn't even in a game with Dr. Doom. So if the spawn rate's at 20 or 25%, I'm bound to be able to play as Godzilla at some point. I've only played one time so far with Loot Station, and we tried to find Godzilla, didn't get the Rift portal spawn or whatever it takes, right? Regardless, I'm sure that I will be running into Godzilla. I still like the idea, and this is where you see a bunch of back and forth within the community, because I still like the idea that this is somewhat of a special occurrence to take place on the map. It just makes it feel all that special. Plus, could you imagine, like, if Godzilla was in every single game, people would be freaking out about it. I don't see a problem with that in general, because you could just go play competitive. Never understood why that's not the solution for people. And could you imagine if Epic Games dropped Godzilla in competitive? But regardless, you get my point. I like the fact that and this is what we talked about with Dr. Doom, Thanos, all of the time. I think this is great when you have something that occurs in some games. It really gives you that rush of endorphins to, like, okay, we gotta be careful, we gotta live, we gotta experience Godzilla. Not only that, I want to become Godzilla. Like, it just intensifies your games to a new degree that is honestly really rare to find in Fortnite. And I personally love that. It was the same feeling with Thanos. For most people, it was the same with Dr. Doom. I didn't get to experience that myself, and I'm sure that it's going to be the same thing with Godzilla. I like that it's around 20%. Originally, I liked it that it was 5% for Dr. Doom, but then there were so many people that ended up like myself where I never experienced it once. Not one time, okay? Godzilla being at 20% is much better, and I don't know if Epic Games has plans to make it a little bit higher. I remember reading something from FireMonkey 2 where originally it was set to be 100% every game in Godzilla. I think that'd be cool too, but I prefer it to be a little bit more of a rare experience. But I love the idea that it's overpowered. I love that you could actually become a Titan. I know we were memeing about it when talking about Godzilla, but it's actually a thing. It is legitimately a thing. I wish we could play as Kong, but you know what? There is no complaints from my end. Could you imagine if, like, this ends up being a huge success and everybody's happy about it right now, right? Or the vast majority of people are happy about it. If Epic Games does something like this again, where you can actually metaverse mode. Sorry, my brain's all over the place today. Metaverse mode, LTM, Titan Showdown. You can actually have, could you imagine if Epic Games signs like a long-term deal with Godzilla and you can become like that old Wii game that I talked about we just talked about that on a Clenday Channel a little while ago. I used to play an old Wii game called Godzilla Unleashed with my brother and sister, and it was some of the most fun gaming experiences I've ever had, just becoming these Titans, chucking buildings at each other. If Epic Games is really serious about expanding the metaverse, I wonder if they'll ever include like more actual IPs, unlike Lego, or just that are not just Lego, excuse me. But regardless, it's not just about what I think. As always, guys, we're going to take a look at what people had to say over in replies to me and over on the Explore page. Replies to people like Hypex, Shinna, all the leakers, all the announcements, Fortnite's replies in general. As always, like and subscribe if you have not already. I had this to say over on X. Have you played? What are your thoughts on the entire mechanic? I'll be using some replies for a video. Thank you for your time. And unfortunately, I'm recording this shortly-ish after I posted it, so we didn't get to take in a ton of replies. But regardless, if you're interested, guys, make tweets like this all the time. Follow me over on X or at the link tree in the description down below. Thank you very, very much, guys. Let's continue on to what everybody had to say about it. Matt had this to say: I cannot believe this is actually Fortnite. And you know what's crazy to me? You know what's crazy is we are still saying this. Since 2018, we have been saying, I cannot believe this is actually Fortnite, but you know what? In a positive way. They are still, Epic Games is making ways to shock us in the best ways possible. Like, we can actually become Godzilla inside of Fortnite. Would it have been possible? Yeah. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have said, if you were to come to me with this idea a little while ago, I'd have been like, yeah, you know what? Maybe that'd be cool, but I don't think so. I would have just not said that it was impossible. But this was unlikely, and they actually are letting us become a Titan on the map. It's insane, man. Another user had this to say: it's crazy how we went from Thanos to Godzilla. Yep, that's how it all started with the collaborations, right? Thanos just on the island, everybody hiding in bushes, Thanos destroying everybody, and now we're stomping around as Godzilla on this giant island, still being shocked. Rembrandt's had this to say about it: I really, really like it when Fortnite does things like this, but I also think it's dumb that there's a small chance for it to happen. I feel like an LTM would have been better suited for editions like this going forward. I actually disagree with this one. Again, like I spoke about earlier in the video, I like the fact that it's rare, but I completely understand the other side of the coin where people like Rem want it to be an LTM. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just think it doesn't ruin the experience. That's not the right way to put it. It's just so much more special when it's something that doesn't happen every game, and you have to actually like kind of get lucky to experience it within a game. Not only to experience the Godzilla like Titan on the map, but to actually have the chance to become him. I think that makes for better memories, funnier experiences, more intense games. Like I said, when you play these games, you kind of get like a rush of endorphins, like I gotta go there right now, and it like makes you feel like happy inside. Like, it's just a really, really fun gaming experience. If it was an LTM though, I would not complain one bit. I would enjoy it, and I would do my best to become Godzilla as much as possible. Think about it this way. Take Dr. Doom for an example. Like we were just talking about Dr. Doom. In Fortnite Battle Royale, it was a very, very small chance for it to take place. People were hyped. All the clips that you saw, how crazy it was. Nobody really cared about becoming Dr. Doom in the LTM, even though Dr. Doom was still powerful. And I get that it's kind of like a different mode, and I can understand why you might not like that comparison, but it's kind of gathering the same feeling. Let's continue on to something Fire Monkey posted, and I just wanted to share this. This is beautiful. The Godzilla Riftgate background. I saw the Riftgate. I didn't pay attention to the picture for some reason, but look how beautiful that is, man. Could you imagine if we actually like ended up getting a POI like that, walking through a portal, kind of like a Rift Zone maybe back in Season X? I always want those things to come back, but it's beautiful, man. Hollow Earth looks great in the Fortnite graphics. I thought it'd be cool if this was like a loading screen, but it's not. Like, Epic Games comes up with like the craziest and most beautiful artwork just to never be used ever, which is insane. But let me stop you here for just a second, guys. We're gonna have more tweets to take a look at, more opinions to share, but I have been advertising my supporter creator code recently. So as you guys know, I recently started a family, and I've been grinding YouTube as hard as I possibly can in order to provide for my wife, my kid, and we decided that when we're going to have another one. And I've been working really, really hard on YouTube for that reason. So I have been advertising my supporter creator code. If you do not have a code that you are using in the item shop, please consider using code Clen. Thank you very, very much to everybody who is helping. It really, every little bit has been helping my life a lot. So thank you very, very much. Let's continue on to what everybody else had to say about this. Another user had this to say: imagine if next season, after Godzilla and Kong versus Mechagodzilla, battle and leave the island with an opened Hollow Earth. When I first saw this, I was like, okay, then we'd have another Wilds type season where people would freak out about Hollowed Earth. Like, but it would be like, you know what's crazy? I thought the jungle was beautiful, but I was about to say like Hollow Earth would be beautiful too. It'd be cool if they had a mothership type mini game where you can get transported into Hollow Earth and have to like maybe get to the other side of the jungle. I don't know, with like a bunch of Titans stomping around. I think that'd be really cool. Asking for a little bit too much from Epic Games, but it's not impossible. Look what they did with Godzilla. They can absolutely make something like that happen. It'd be awesome if we ended up getting a live event like this. Could you imagine the Monsterverse Mech 2? And we were talking about this for a long time. Like, could you imagine actually getting like a movie Titan battle like the Final Showdown? I can't imagine with the technology that Epic Games has how like great that would be, man. Let's continue on to epic Fortnite facts. Fortnite developers will spend half a year programming and perfecting something like this, only for it to be available for like a weekend, maybe two, before being removed as the season ends. It's so true too. And the stuff like this, and I know it's because it's a collaboration. I know it's because Epic Games can't just like, I don't know how else to say it, like half-ass something that they're working with another company with. It must take so much development time to program something like this, and it works flawlessly. Just like the Spider-Man mythics, like, it's funny how oftentimes we never see this ever again. And all of that development time is just like put back into the code. Every once in a while, we'll see something come back. Like we saw Thanos come back after how many years? But you get my point. Like, there have been so many amazing things that Epic Games have programmed. The Water Storm, for example. I was hoping we'd get it in Fortnite Remix. The Water Storm was available for, I always forget at this point if it was 2 days or 2 weeks. Regardless, to never happen again. And that probably took so much development time. It was beautiful. It was one of the best things I've ever added. The weather, they never brought that back. I can't imagine the development time to take to make lightning storms and tornadoes actually happen on the map and all the mechanics that go along with any of that. And we never see it again. It's unfortunate, but it is also what makes the game so special and why Fortnite is such an amazing game. There was a reply to that though. A user by a stupid gecko had this to say. Unironically, why Epic is stepping away from the FMO, or the fear of missing out bullcrap. They probably have data that shows they make more money in the long run from items returning than a short-term money boost from some fear of missing out crap. I mean, I could see it, and I'm sure that there is a reason why Epic Games is moving away from that. I would imagine like it's as simple as, hey, we're going to bring these skins back and we'll probably get a profit from them. I would imagine it's that simple. But I don't know if it really has anything to do with this. If you disagree with that, comment down below. I'm not like solid on my opinion or anything, but I think it's a little bit more simple than that. I'm PQ had this to say. I wish it was added to competitive so I can see comp players getting one shot by Godzilla laser and the reactions. Could you imagine? Could you just imagine it? That would be insane. Sorry guys, I'm still getting over being sick a little bit over here, but oh, the reactions would be hilarious but justified. Let's continue on to Kudo. Please, Epic, make a separated mode with guaranteed spawn rate. Not everyone has the time to get into a match where 1 Godzilla spawns, 2, we get a medallion. This is literally a dream come true for Godzilla fans. Some of us work and have very few times to play the game. I understand that. I get it. Like, I'm not going to be able to play with this as much as I would like to because it is a rare occurrence. But again, that's what makes it really, really special. I would agree with this if it's something along the lines of 5%. I was wrong. 5% was way too little to experience Dr. Doom. But I think what it's at right now, 20, 25%, somewhere around there. I think that is an excellent idea to still keep that magic of fun with Godzilla and have as many people experience it as possible. But I want to take you back to that one tweet that we just talked about the reactions of the competitive players. Could you just imagine, oh wait, we did see them freak out. Guys, let me point you over to this video over here. And again, before you comment down below, it's a justified reaction from the competitive players. Here is their reactions if you were curious about Fortnite Wrecked, because that was a insane season. Justified, but still crazy to talk about within the community. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Take care.